And a lot of y'all remember when I talked about this a little bit earlier last week or later last week, right? And I had a conversation, and I believe his name is Jay Rello, right? And so I want to revisit this conversation, but more importantly, I like to get the full story from the horse's mouth. I want to hear what people really were about versus just taking it at face value because giving somebody the opportunity to be able to tell their own story and give more insight while we having these conversations, I believe is much more important than just taking whatever the rumors are saying and having a salacious conversation, right? So without further ado, I want to introduce to you guys the freshest in Gary. All right? I want to introduce to you guys the freshest in Gary. What's up, Mr. Rello? How you doing, my friend?
What's up, Anton? Huge fan, man. Appreciate you having me on, man. It is the one and only Jay Rello, freshest in Gary.
Freshest in Gary. Born and raised in Gary?
Yeah, yep. Born and raised in Gary, Indiana, man. I'm 34 years old and I'm an independent content creator. Yep.
I've been through Gary a few times. I actually because I'm from Detroit.
Uh-huh.
So, I done been through Gary. I think that Gary gets a bad rap, dog. It's a lot of stuff that's going on in Gary that's actually not that bad.
I mean, it's bad. The reputation is earned. I mean, we were horrible in the 90s. We were the murder capital from 1993 to 2000. So when a lot of that, of course, Michael Jackson's hometown is like one, the most famous thing is known for. Freddie Gibbs is from here also, successful rapper. So
For sure.
It's a few things that Gary is known for, but it is to put it lightly, it's a rough neighborhood to live in. So yeah, man.
So you've been catching a lot of praise and heat on both sides, right? You went viral on Worldstar. Did you? Who hit you up and said, "Yo, fam, you on Worldstar"?
One of my subscribers hit me up. I got a 3,000 subscriber fan base on YouTube.
And growing.
Yeah, and growing. Like I said, one of the subscribers hit me up like, you're on Worldstar. I was like, no way. I'm like, he sent me the link, and I was like, no. So yeah, man.
Did you look at it as a bad thing or a good thing? Because you've been embracing it.
Yeah, it's of course it's a good. This is like, I guess what you could say a independent content creator's biggest dreams is for one of his videos to go viral. I didn't realize, I didn't never think that this would go viral, just for this. You know what I mean? I got other things on my channel that I figured maybe be clipped and went viral, but this going viral is just, I'm mesmerized that this is even as big as it has. This has blown up as big as it has. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people consider every guy that's black that goes to the Dominican Republic, that goes to Thailand, that travels to a lot of these different places. A lot of people automatically slot them into being passport bros. But I know that you don't necessarily consider yourself a passport bro. I'm guessing you probably consider yourself as a bro that got a passport. What's the difference between a passport bro and how you see things?
Okay, the difference between me and a passport bro is passport bros, one of the tenements of the passport bros, they're traveling abroad with the potential to meet a wife or meet women. So that's not necessarily my focal point. My thing is I'm an independent content creator. So what I do is I create content that creates conversation, dialogue, and positive discourse that pushes the conversation forward. Stuff that makes you think, stuff that I'm an intellectual, so it's kind of like, this is like right up my alley. I've always wanted to be a movie director, and like this has reignited that passion that I've had since I was a young boy. But I didn't realize how big. Like I said, I'm just on cloud nine just of how big this. But I'm not a passport bro. My mission is not traveling abroad to meet attractive women and potential to find a wife.
But I don't know, Jay Rello. You're a wild boy on that Instagram, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you're a wild boy on that Instagram.
Yeah. That's part of the content. As we know, sex sells, and I make salacious content that's entertaining for my fans, man. I'm just a guy that's willing to put himself in embarrassing situations for the entertainment of my audience. That's all I am, guy. You know what I mean?
So we got to talk about the video. You got to give me some context, bro. You got to give me some context. How did you end over in the Dominican Republic?
Okay, so basically,
with hitting up the subscribers saying, "Yo, fam, I need y'all to cash at me."
Okay, so what happened was I had a plan. I had a trip planned to Sosúa, Dominican Republic but I was gonna push it back because of the way my job was acting and my finances wasn't like all the way where I want. Because I've been before, and I was like, man, I told myself I would never come back here without less than $2,000. So I got on YouTube. I was doing a live, and I told my subscribers, like, man, I really want to go, but I don't really have the financial capacity to really go. So I'm like, I'm gonna reschedule my flight, and then people were like, post your cash out. We'll send money. We want you to go. We want the content so much. We would pay. They literally like told me like push your cash out, but we'll pay. So long story short, I posted my cash out. My subscribers paid for my round trip ticket, and they
Did they?
also gave me. Yeah, they paid for my ticket. Yeah, I
How
did
much
it
is
on
a
the
round
line.
trip ticket over to the Dominican
It
Republic?
was like $700 for a round
So
trip with
round
everything.
trip is 700.
Yeah,
That's
from
pretty
Chicago
cheap.
to. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like I said, I mean, I had the Airbnb set up already, and they were just like, yeah, we want you to go so bad. So they ended up paying for my round trip, and then they also raised an additional $762 for me to go out to the
You
DR
got a
and
loyal
shoot.
fan base, man. They rock with you, bro.
Yeah, man. I never, bro, like the relationships I've made and the networking, I'm just so humbled and blessed that I got people that care about me so much and enjoy my content so much that they would send their hard earned money. So, so I could basically bring back, entertainment value for my guys. So that's what I
But then
did, man.
you gotta book the plane. Do you book an Airbnb? How do you because I've never been to the Dominican Republic. So I'm green. You gotta educate me, you gotta give me the game.
Well, okay, so specifically, this part of Dominican Republic I went to is a hotbed for sex tourism, right? A lot of females go down there.
What
So they,
location is this?
it's called Sosua. It's called Sosua, Dominican Republic. Like that's the
So,
area.
so
You
as
feel
a
me?
married man, I should stay away from Sosua.
100% if you want to keep your marriage fruitful and faithful. You should care because there's a lot of beautiful, it's literally attractive women crawling every single place you go. It's attractive girls there. So it's just a hotbed for sex tourism. And they were like, man, we want to see you go. They want to see if you can make this $700 and 700. So I said, I'm going to turn it into a social experiment. I'm going to see, can I make, because I knew I was going out there short from my last experience. I'm like, I vowed to myself. I was like, I'm never coming back out here with less than $2,000 because it's a fun time. It's party, drinking, eating good. It's the beach is nice. It's a lot of things going on. So I had told myself that I would never come back without less than 2,000. But I went out there with $762
You
for
risked it all
5 days.
with $762, Jay Rello.
Yeah, yeah, seven
You
hundred and
risked it
sixty-two
all.
dollars 5 day period, and
You went out there for
basically
5 days with 762, Jay Rello?
$762 for 5 days. Yeah, and I was like, that puts me at $152 per day that I
Jay
had out
Rello,
there.
you gotta your subscribers might have set you up, big dog.
I mean, that's kind of the thing of it. Like it's like that air of danger with it. You see what I'm saying, Anton? Like it's a social experiment. It's always that air of danger for something bad to happen with just that little bit of money. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
man.
kind of the gist of it. It's like I'm an entertainer, bro. I'm a content creator, man. This is like a whole thing. We're doing
What if you
Thailand
wouldn't have
now.
been
We're
able to
doing
get back? You got a job, you got take care of life and
That's
back
the
and
thing.
Gary,
I
bro.
went out there. That's the whole thing, Anton. I was literally going out there with just that. It was no parachute on me. You know what I mean? So that's what's like entertaining. Like this guy's so crazy. He would go to another country with just $700 in his pocket. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it was I just never imagined it to be this big. I wasn't even ready for it. I literally just started doing YouTube like 2 months. I'm just trying to capitalize off all of this newfound viralness that's going on right now, Anton.
So okay, before we get back to that, kind of give me the game. Okay, Sosua, what's it like? Like, is it cheap? Does it cost a lot of money in order to get a place over there? What is that like?
It's cheap rooms, but I like staying nice in nice spots. So my villa was like 600. Like my villa was $93 a day, but it was a villa. Had a pool. I don't know if you seen it. You saw it in the
I
video.
seen it with the backyard with all of the greenery and everything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So that was like my favorite spot. I literally love staying there. So, but they have cheaper spots that you can stay in. They got spots from $25. They got spots from $15 a day, all the way up until $200-300 a day. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
obviously the higher price gives you the nicer spot. But for me, location is key, and for me, that villa for $93 a day in that location was just literally perfect for me. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So yeah,
And how much the okay? So I'm assuming that you're spending money on box in the
100%.
Dominican Republic.
I am.
You
Yeah.
don't trip about that though. You ain't got no shame about that. You just chilling. Like, listen, I got to spend the money anyway. Might as well spend it on some box.
That's what my subscribers paid me, because it's a lot of guys that are visiting there. They're ashamed of visiting there. They want to use me as like the scapegoat to see how much. They want to see how much. Because my number one question ever since I came back, they were like, how much money should I bring and how many days? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just make this a social experiment and see, can I make this amount of money last over this period of day. And it was tough. It was grueling, like, because that was everything. That's your transportation, that's your drinks, that's your food, that's your girls. You know what I mean? That's everything.
So wait, let's think about it though. Let's put the math in perspective. You got $152 a day. 93 of it got to go to the villa.
No, right? The villa was separated from that. No, I had 762 like in pocket after the flight and the villa was paid for.
Okay, so you sitting on 152. How do you spend how did you end up? You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit less than what you needed in order to get home.
I spent the 152, but what happened was I missed my flight because Spirit, they have an international rule. You have to be there literally an hour before your actual flight takes off for international flights.
You must have had a baddie in the room. You might have had two baddies in order to miss that flight.
I went back outside to shoot more content. That's what happened. What happened really, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. What happened was the content I I thought it was ruined, right? I thought it had, because I was using this new device. And so basically I thought it was ruined. So I went back out in the street and was like, I need more, just a little bit more content. And that like ate into my time hold on, let me silence this smoke alarm really, really quick. Hold
on. All right, big dog. Listen, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit a notification. I'm also going to drop Jay Rello's channel in the description after the show. So everybody that's replaying this, everybody that's rewatching this, we got over 700 in the building right now. Obviously, we know that we do over 1,000 during the live stream while we live streaming. But for everybody that restreams this and rewatches the big homie Jay Rello, the Freshers and Gary, I'm going to drop a link to his channel and his Instagram inside of the description of this video after the show. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Damn, where was I at? Oh, where was I?
Went out to go get some more content because you was missing your flight.
I went out in the streets to go get some more content because I realized that the footage I had may or may not have been, lost in translation. So went back out. I wasn't aware of the hour before flight thing. And when I got to the airport, they were like, "Hey, you should have." My flight was at 3:45, and I'm literally at the airport at 2. I'm thinking it's like America, you got up until your flight, the door is closed to actually make your plane, and it just doesn't work like that for international flights from DR. Because they take an hour to basically get everybody situated and get the bags packed on a plane. It's just I wasn't aware of it, so I missed it on my own volition. It was 100% my fault why I missed my flight. You know what I mean? So. I missed
on edge though, man. You were sitting there with less than $100 in your pocket, big dog.
I was broke. I had spent every dime, but I was like, okay, I'm cool with coming back to America without any money because I in my head I had a successful social experiment. You know what I mean?
what do you define as a successful trip to Sosua in the Dominican Republic?
What you say? Say that one more time.
What do you consider a successful social experiment in Sosua in the Dominican Republic? What does that look like?
I had made that little. That's not a lot of money for what goes on there. If I'm trying to keep it PG-13, you know what I mean?
For what? You can say what you want to over here.
Okay, well, it's a like I said, it's a sex tourism destination. So like, the sex is cheap there, but $150 per day. You got girls charging whatever, $70, $80, you know what I mean? For the bad ones, you can get, cheap pussy for 40,
that's it, 70, 80? 70, 80 for the
70,
for the bad bucks. What they doing for 70, 80, big dog?
They doing whatever they're staying, they stay with you.
Don't get PG-13. Nah, listen, I've seen your live streams. I seen your live streams, Jay Rello, Freshers and Gary.
Doing whatever.
I
Of
know
course,
how you. I
everything.
know how you talk, big dog. You ain't got a front. Listen, I'm from Detroit. You could
Okay.
talk. You could talk however you want to talk. Give me the skinny, bro. I'm trying
Right,
to
I
understand you.
understand, but we got women watching. I don't want to get too derogatory, man, and get out, out of care. I
I'm
want to
trying to
keep it.
understand if I need to be able to take a trip and I need to sit my wife back at the crib and say, listen, me and the homies, we gonna go over to the Dominican Republic. We just gonna hang out in Sosua. Or what
Yeah,
city should I tell her that I'm going to instead of Sosua?
don't bring your wife there. That's
No, I'm not gonna
literally.
bring her. I'm gonna tell her that I'm gonna go somewhere else in the Dominican. Where am I
I
going in
mean,
the
you
Dominican
you
Republic?
would want to leave her probably in like Santiago or like
No, she
Santo
gonna stay
Domingo.
home, but I'm gonna tell her that I'm going over somewhere else. Where I'm gonna tell her I'm going?
I mean, tell her you're going to like Jamaica or something. Like tell her don't anywhere but Sosua because you
Anywhere.
start
Okay.
anywhere but Sosua. You know what I'm saying? So because
Okay. So
she's
when I get to Sosua, now I'm a bag chaser, which means that I got 50 on my wrist right now. You know what I'm saying? So I got an unlimited budget. What can I
okay.
expect for the baddies in Sosua to be doing for me when I land there?
I mean, they're gonna do whatever. I mean,
Whatever.
they're gonna do whatever. I mean, money, cash is king there. It's a third world country that they're financially disabled. AKA poor. So I mean, they're 200. I mean, the average salary per month is only like $200 a month. You know what I mean? So they
That's
make
it.
about they
So
make
wait a
about
minute. We paying their whole salaries with a couple bus downs then.
a couple 1 hour in 1 hour they make more than they make in a week, basically. You know what I mean? Like that's like the decent jobs, like the prestigious jobs. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Okay.
man. So yeah, like
So
I said, it's
when you get the baddies, do you get one at a time? You double up? How do you play it?
one at a time, sometimes double up. I had like a threesome fall in my lap. I had a foursome fall in my lap out there.
Four?
That was
Listen. I'm not built for four.
I mean, it's three girls, it's you and three other girls at one time. You
I'm
know what I
not
mean?
built for that. I can give you one. Give me two tops. I'm not built for that. How you able to maintain this, man? What y'all taking? Cialis over there?
No, man, I'm just that guy. I'm Himothy. You know what I mean? So
I hear you.
I just,
He's him.
I,
You are him.
I turned down a threesome to have a foursome. You know what I mean? So it was like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? So
Do you
yeah.
take
So
the homies with you? Do you go on a solo mission? How do you play that?
well, what happened was this time I went solo, but I was meeting some guys out there who had been before, some more content creators that I met off YouTube, and they kind of like, I guess, took me under their wing. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So I met some guys out there that was cool, but I did fly out myself. You know what I mean? So definitely,
You be
you don't need
risking
a,
it, Gary. You be dog. You from Gary, man. You know how to move in these streets. You ain't supposed to be out there by yourself. Rello?
I'm saying, but I technically wasn't by myself. But I was because I met guys out there. You see what I'm saying? Once I got there, I had a group of guys with me, but I flew out solo. You know what I mean? I went
You
to
don't
the
be
airport.
worried about nothing when you go over there or
It's
whatever
pretty
like
safe.
that?
It's pretty safe. It's super safe. It's not dangerous. I'm from Gary, bro. Like
What did
going
you
there,
like the
Beverly
first time
Hills.
that you did it though? The first time that you went over there, was you worried? Was you scared? How did you know what to do? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I didn't know what to do, but they told me, they hit me to it. They like, man, it's pretty safe. You ain't really got to worry about nothing. Just know how to, like you could be moving carelessly and still be safe. So I was like, okay, I know how to carry myself. I'm very respectable. I speak a little bit of Spanish. So yeah, man, I went out there and it was a life changing experience. It was my first country. I hadn't even had a YouTube channel at my first time, but since I was coming back after that trip, I got into it with one of the other guys, and I was just like, man, because I was using his platform just trying to get my voice out, trying to get my content out, and then we got into it, and so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna start my own channel, and little here I am now from the videos. I never expected this to go viral, guy. I'm just like
So you
over the
got
moon
over 800 in the building right now, right? And growing as usual. Because
for
you
sure.
are him. You are him. I
Yeah,
will give you
I'm
that.
him. I'm him for real. Him Kardashian.
You got over 800 in the building. When you came back, right? We're gonna get back to the DR in a minute because I got more. I need the questions to understand
Yeah, I got
what's
you.
happening over in these other countries, right? You got over 800 in the building. When you got back, you seen you went viral, but then it was a lot of dudes, I guess, that got platforms or whatever that you had smoke for. You did whole live streams, like tell them to show up or whatever. What is
Yeah.
that about? I thought that the dudes that travel overseas and stuff, they were kind of like in solidarity of how it is that they move. What's the beef with different people online about?
Because they try to clout chase off me because I'm hot. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? So they did a hit piece on me, and then I was like, damn, we's cool. They clowning me, and I'm like, okay, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the video came where I did the live where I had them in the thumbnail and I shot back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it ain't going. That's what I say, man. It's just you don't try to use me as a clout chase. I don't like that. If you can do a respectful piece on me, like Taylor Made Dreams, he did a nice respectful piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't travel like this guy. It was still respectful. You know what I'm saying? And I respected that because I'm still a man. We
Well,
still need
that come with the content game, right? Like, you're never gonna be
yeah,
able to control what people say about you.
boundaries though. You know what I mean? Like, it's different from just like paying homage to like a smear campaign. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like, it's boundaries. Like, even with like, it's just certain stuff you don't take it. Like, you hear rappers say all the time, just keep it on racks. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's how I'm at with it right now. Because once you take it so far, it becomes real at that point. You know what I mean? So
What do you think about so just to backtrack a little bit, because you gave me some insight that I wasn't familiar with. Passport bros essentially are guys that are looking for wives, or they go overseas to look for wives and companions. Is that correct?
I mean, that's one of the. It's a bunch of sentiments in the passport, bro. But that is like one of them, though. They're fed up with the matrix and the ungratefulness of American women, and
Mm-hmm.
they're getting their passport. And like Austin Holloman is like the perfect example. He's literally a passport. He's like the poster child for passport, bro. He says it's that bad. Get your passport. You know what I mean? That's his whole his tagline. You're tired of dealing with the American women's foolishness. Go overseas where the women are more submissive and compliant. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
that's one of the 10. That's not my main. Like I said, I'm an independent content creator. I just put myself in embarrassing situations for the entertainment of my audience. You know
What
what I mean?
about why not just bust down the holes here for free without having to spend no money?
Because it's more cost effective to go over there.
To go over to the Dominican Republic
Yeah,
versus doing it here?
yeah. What it would cost me to do the same exact thing here, it would cost me a fraction of that to do that in Sosúa, Dominican Republic.
Mm.
My $2,000 here is trash. $2,000 there, I'm in the building.
Not on the women, though. I mean, the women gonna do it for. They're gonna do it for a little. What do you? Oh, here I got a question for you. Just popped in my head. What do you say to the people that say it's tricking though, Jay Rello? We don't trick on these hoes.
I'm not tricking. It's okay. So here's the thing. We look at it as tricking in America. It's
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily tricking over there. They look at the money like when you compensate them. They look at it as like a term of endearment. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
They
a
nicer
total,
girls. They nicer girls
yeah.
with it.
Like they don't even know the term tricking. Like you say tricking, they like what? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they want to be compensated for their time. You know what I mean? So like I said,
What do they speak? What's the other language over there?
they speak Spanish.
Is
And
it
it's
even a word in Spanish for tricking? Like, is that even a translation?
I don't know. I would have to look it up. I would have
Mm.
to definitely look it up. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely look it up.
So
But
you don't see it as tricking because they don't see it as tricking over
I
there.
mean, I see it as tricking, but they don't see it as tricking. You see what I'm saying? Like I still see it as tricking because we're socially programmed to believe it's tricking. You see what I'm saying? But they don't look at it like that. They look at it as like a deal, like a business deal. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
it's a different way of life in there. It's a different country, different way. It took me a while to get used to it, but yeah, man. So protected is fun. You know what I mean? So
when was the first time that you ever hit DR? What was the first time you ever went over there?
Halloween was they have
last year?
Yeah, last year. Yeah. So that was what?
Is it any other countries on the list?
No, that was my first time out of the country.
No. Like, is it any other countries that you want to try out, hit?
Oh, yeah. I'm turning this into a whole big thing. We're going to hit Africa. We hitting Brazil. We hitting Thailand. It's traveling on a budget. I got a hit record, so I'm just going to keep remixing it.
I don't know, Jay Rello. I don't know if it's traveling on a budget. I think it's buzzing down these hoes at a minimal cost.
No,
That
it's
might be
traveling on a budget. No, that's not the main focus. they like for me to be in those
Oh no,
situations.
Rello, I'll be seeing the Instagram. You a wild boy on the gram, bro.
Yeah, but that's for content, Anton. I have a business to run, Anton. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm
Like,
rocking with you. But Jay
you know what I
Rello,
mean?
you love the hoes though, bro. We love the hoes.
Right, but sex sales though, Anton. That's kind of
Okay, I get it.
it's ingratiated in my brand. Like if I just did an informative travel video, it would probably get half of the views as the girls with as the ones with the girls with the thong in their butt.
So it's
You know what I
marketing.
mean?
It's marketing.
It's marketing. It's marketing. I'm a new. I'm a new content creator. I'm just trying to grab the people's attention and just get them just you know what I mean wrapped up
Mm-hmm.
into Jay Rello's world, man. And like they say, you got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet. You know what I mean? So
What do you see
it's
yourself
not
from a
gonna be
What do you see yourself
Go
from a
ahead.
content creator's perspective? Let's say 3 years from now. What do you see? Where you see yourself?
I'm trying to be at 1 million subscribers. I'm trying to be doing YouTube full time. Like I said, right now I still have a regular job outside of YouTube. YouTube is not paying my bills right now. Like I said, I'm only at 3K and growing. I'm just trying to do my rounds. When you reached out to me, I was like, oh my God, I done made it. Anton Daniels wants to interview me now.
Listen, I'm chilling, bro. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out, bro.
You're big in the spaces I've always dreamed of being in, though. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? To be on the Anton Daniels show. You know what I mean? So
let me ask you a few more questions.
Go ahead.
Do you worry about like any repercussions that come along with being visible on social media? So like for example, you was like, yo, I'm working a regular job. It's a lot of like haters. Like it's a lot of people that like to dox people. They like to try to figure out where people work and stuff like that. Do you worry about any of that as far as the pushback that you're getting as a result of going viral and growing your channel and stuff like that?
The love I'm getting overpowers the hate on time. I just got off 2 days ago. I just got off an hour and a half. This thing resonates so deep with people. Like it's so millions of people have bad travel stories, guys. Bad travel experience. I got off with a guy. This guy flew 22 hours to Africa. And soon as he landed in Johannesburg, the girl he was talking to for 3 months blocked him, and he was stuck over there for 3. And the tears in his voice from just talking to this guy. He was just like, man, I appreciate you so much. My food is to see this girl, and like I could tell this had hurt him to his core, because this was 3 months, and this girl had basically, catfished him, and he had flew halfway across the world to see this girl. And so I'm just doing more, just stories like that I have people tell me, man, you inspired me to travel. Thank you for what you're doing. Like the good outweighs the bad. So I'm trying to focus on the lives that I'm helping versus the haters. That's just like, he's a trick. He's that. He's got stuck. I'm blocking all of that out and staying focused on the main objective, which is get my content to my peoples.
I think you got something, bro. I think that I think one of the things that's beneficial about what it is that you're doing is the fact that you embrace who you are and you're not worried about what everybody else is talking about. I think that's going to really, really benefit you from a content creator's perspective, honestly, because you really got to have thick skin, especially as you continue to grow. Because I don't think that this is the last that the people or Worldstar for that matter is going to hear of you, bro. I think that you're going to really be able to leverage this thing in order to make it something that you're really going to make it, bro.
I'm hoping, bro. I'm spending money on new cameras. I'm coming up with just new ideas. We're doing all new concepts. I'm trying to blow, man. I'm trying to get up there, man. I just never dreamed. I've always dreamed of being, like I said, being a movie director. Now I have an actual audience that I can show my content to. So I'm just like, I'm him, man. I have arrived finally. I waited so long, and I was just stuck here in Gary. Like, how am I gonna monetize this? How am I gonna get out of this situation? I'm stuck at this dead end job. I hate working. And so I'm just here, just enjoying every moment of it, man. I feel like
I can't hate on that. I can't hate on that, man. I'm a subscribe to your channel. I'm definitely about to make sure that I'm following you on Instagram because you are a wild. I'm gonna have to live vicariously through you. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get away with it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I can't finesse it enough to be able to justify being able to head over to Sosua without the people saying Anton over there buying pussy. You know what I'm
You too
saying?
famous. You too famous for Sosua, man.
I
You'll be
might be
on.
able to get away with it over there though. They don't know me like that over there.
You end up on one of O'Shea Duke Jackson's video. Anton Daniels over in
You
Sosua.
know, but O'Shea is my guy. That's my
Right.
dog in real life. I talk to him regularly. I can dodge
Okay.
that. You know what I'm saying? But I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
man.
know,
So
man. So let me
I'm
let
just
me let me ask you one more question.
okay.
What's the prototype? Right? I know a lot of guys they like darker chicks, they like the white girls, they like the Brazilians, they like Asians. What's the prototype? If for Rello, for the cause you different. You him. You the freshest in Gary, soon to be the freshest in Indiana. And I think that you're gonna be that guy. You know what I'm saying? So what's the prototype? What is Jay Rello? I got a two-part question for you. What is the
Okay.
prototype? And then as you go on this journey, is it a possibility that this prototype that you name could ever lock down Jay Rello and say, I want him to put a ring on her finger?
It's always that possibility of meeting a potential wife in a long term situation, but I'm not. That's not like the focal point of why I'm doing this. Like I said, I'm traveling for content, man. It's gonna be stuff that I do that's in the states. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Sosua itself, I wouldn't call that per se a place that I would go hoping to meet somebody that I can spend the rest of my life with because, like I said, that is a hotbed for just, whatever prostitution, sex tourism. So I'm not like claiming there, but maybe when I do my trip to Africa, I might meet a girl that I actually might rock with. But that's a whole different situation because I'm not really taking a girl serious that's in a whole
Would
nother
you even
country.
take that into consideration? I'm like really like being a one. You don't seem like a one woman guy, dog.
Not right now. I mean, I just got out of a 5-year relationship. You know what I'm saying? I've been
Really?
single. Yeah. 5 years,
Wow.
5.5 years we were
What she
together.
do, man? Why you ain't marry her?
It's just we grew apart, man. She was a little bit older, kind of I guess stuck in her ways. You know what I mean? So uh, I'm kind of like just like she's a great woman, but just not. We just wasn't meant to be forever, and I just had to
Mm.
separate from that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I was in a year relationship, and then I was single for a little bit. Then I got into a 5-year relationship. So now I'm just trying. I'm just focused on my craft, man. I'm just like I said. I was editing when you text me. I was editing another video for my page. Literally when you sent me the DM. So I'm like, man, I'm like, is this the real Anton Daniels? I'm like,
Yeah, it's
I'm
the real me.
huh?
Yeah, it's the real me. You know what? You know what though, Rello? You want me to call you Jay Rello or Rello? I want to make sure
It's
that I'm
Rello's fine. Rello's fine.
Rello.
Rello's fine.
You gonna have to give me a like a monthly. You gonna have to come on the show like a monthly update and give us like the adventures of Rello and give us an update on how it is at because we got over 900 in the building right now and you're gonna have to continue to give us an update on what's going on with you because I'm fascinated by your journey and your story and taking place.
Are you really mean that, or are you being
No, I'm
facetious?
serious. I'm dead
Yeah.
serious. Like I'm fascinated by how it is that because you listen. One thing that's unique, and I'm being absolutely honest, it's very rare to find people that authentically embrace how it is that they are and who it is that they moving. You know what they moving like, and that's just me. Like, yo, this is what I do. This is what I'm moving like. Fuck y'all. I don't really care what nobody else think. This is how we doing it. It's rare. You don't
Yeah.
see people like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that you got something, bro, for real in real life.
I appreciate that, and that's big coming from you because I know you could consider yourself a content creator as well, even though
Mm-hmm.
you're more on the pundit side of things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. I can't lie. I'm gonna be absolutely honest because, and this is one of my superpowers. I'm a square.
Right. Okay.
I'm a square. But then
Okay.
me being a square, I can live vicariously through you.
And that's a lot of my subscribers. They're like, I can't do that. I got kids. I'm married, but I just enjoy watching you because it's like I'm like you said, I'm living vicariously through you. I would wish I could get a villa and fly to another country and have baddies twerking by the pool. You know what I mean? So it's just, man. Like I said, man, it's a market for it. I found out the formula, so I'm trying to get my bag together so I can have 50 on my wrist too. Yeah.
Hey, listen, it's coming, bro. It's coming. It's too much money to be made in this content creation space.
For sure.
Um, you get it. It's
Yeah,
coming
for sure. For
all day
sure, but
long, bro.
I wanna surmise everything because it's a false narrative out there. I'm not a passport bro. I'm a independent content creator. What y'all saw on the video of me crying, that was real tears, but I was like genuinely upset. When I get mad, I cry. Mad, but I'll cry. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like a sadness cry. It was just more like a madness cry. You know what I mean? So I was crying. I was asking the subscribers who initially gave me the $762 to give me an additional 100 to get back. So I wasn't asking just the random people on the internet for $100 to get back. I just was asking the people who gave me the money in the first place that I missed my flight and I needed $100 reschedule fee. So yeah, man, that's what y'all saw. I just never thought that that piece of that live would go viral, but I'm glad it did because my numbers are going up, and when your numbers go up, your numbers go up. So we trying to get there, man.
Give me your final thoughts for the people. What do you want the people to know? What is it? Why should they subscribe to Jay Rello, Freshes and Gary? And again, I'm gonna put his information inside of the description for you guys to be able to tap into his channel. What is it? The final thoughts that you would like to lead the people?
My final thoughts is, man, don't knock it until you watch the content. That's all I really want. Don't knock it till you try it, man. Like I said, my content is male based, but a lot of females can come and still be entertained just by my little anecdotal stuff I'll be doing on there. So I don't want females to be shunned away by, because like I said, it is male based content. But what I want to say is, man, I'm just a young black man. I grew up in some harsh environments, some crazy circumstances area, Indiana. I'm just trying to do something positive and do something very beneficial for the culture, man, and trying to basically just give people what they want to see. Like I said, I'm an entertainment guy. I've always dreamed about being a movie director. So this is what comes with it when you just get these big platforms. So I just want everybody follow me on Instagram. It's Jay Rello 219. That's JRELLO.
Well, let me preface this by saying, listen, y'all, when y'all follow him, it ain't gonna be PG-13. It's gonna be something different, all right? So be careful. Don't open it up when your kids is in the room.
It's not that bad. It's really, I've seen worse on Jimmy Smack's Instagram. So you know what I mean? So, oh God. So like I said, just follow the YouTube channel. Follow me. DM me on Instagram if y'all want to chop it up. If y'all got any questions, most of the time I'm always free. It's JRELLO 219 on Instagram. Follow my YouTube page, like and subscribe to the videos. I had a live the other day that had over 1,100 people in there.
Talk to them.
Obviously, there is a market for the content, so that was like great proof of concept right there. So just follow me on YouTube, Jay Rello, Freshes and Gary, J space RELLO, Freshes and Gary, man. Like I said, I'm trying to go up there on the YouTube, man. I appreciate you so much for having me. Hey, Anton, I want to see. This is why I really came on. Is it possible you can get me on the panel on one of those Lapeef Network shows?
Absolutely.
I love that show, y'all.
Absolutely.
I love that show,
Absolutely.
Y'all. Please, Anton, that would go so crazy viral. I get on there with Kayla and them. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if it's gonna be Kayla and them, but I will definitely make sure that I get you connected. I got you, bro.
I have your word. You could I just want if I could just get on there one time for just 1 hour, and we can.
I think it would be incredibly entertaining. 100%.
I know for sure.
I got you, big dog.
For sure, man. Anytime you need me, you know what I'm saying? Come on, chop it up. Like I said, I'm gonna be this. Hopefully, this won't be the last time I go crazy viral from doing some crazy stuff, man. But like I said, I'm so humbled and I just appreciate everything, man. Appreciate you for having me on the show.
Hey, man, listen, bro. Be safe. I'm definitely about to tap in. I'm gonna tap in with you after the show today, later on this afternoon, because I got Charleston White here. So me and him gonna be doing some things. We shooting a lot of content this afternoon. But I'm definitely gonna tap in with you this afternoon, big dog, and I got you.
Okay. That's all you got. That's all the questions you. I think we pretty much.
I got more, but
you got more?
we gonna save those for.
Save it. Okay, cool.
For the next time. All right, I got you, big dog. Thanks for coming on, bro. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate y'all. Check out my channel on YouTube, Jay Rello, Freshes and Gary. I'm gone, man. Be safe, Anton.
All right, bro.
Yep.
Jay Rello, he is him. He is him in the building. So, Jay Rello, we appreciate him for coming on the platform. I see Natasha already dropped his channel in the chat. Controversial person, but he living in his truth. He embracing who he is. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's highly entertaining. Some things I disagree with. Some things I think is entertaining, but at the same time, right? The goal is to learn from everybody else in order to better understand how people are going about doing things. I don't have to necessarily be doing it. You don't have to necessarily be doing it, but we certainly want to get as much insight and information as we can so we can make informed decisions on whether or not this is for us or against us. Now, for me personally, I don't believe it's for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stay on my square side where it's safe. I ain't got to worry about being in another country. I'm getting home safely every day. I'm going to drive my Porsche. I'm going to drive my Benz. I'm going to just be in a safe side, all right?